You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Only in Newsday, ICE agents were allegedly spotted near several Long Island schools. Public officials and activists say families and students in the Brentwood and Hempstead districts were intimidated by the agents. We'll hear more on this story from Macy Eglin in just a moment. And Governor Kathy Hochul was on Long Island today and signed an executive order for COVID vaccines. The order allows pharmacies to give COVID shots to patients without a prescription. And in just a moment, we'll hear more about this from Newsday's healthcare reporter. And a 52-year-old man was killed in a Hicksville crash. Police say a 51-year-old woman lost control of the car and hit a tree. She was taken to the hospital. Her passenger was killed. The accident happened after 2 a.m. on East Barclay Street. And only in Newsday, more off-road drivers will be allowed on Fire Island. The National Park Service says it will allow 200 permits for residents and workers during the off-season. Now, this comes after a 3-year review of possible changes to driving on the barrier island. The agency says this will help with the need for transportation while still protecting the land. And a new grocery store will be taking over a former King Cullen in Suffolk. Meat farms will be opening in Middle Island. The King Cullen on Middle Country Road closed earlier this summer after 34 years in business. There is no word yet on when the new store will open. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather. We had to deal with some rain today, which we haven't seen in quite a bit, but tomorrow looks like it's going to be clear throughout the day and rainy in the evening, temps near the 80s. We'll have that 7-day forecast for you, of course, later in the broadcast. Governor Kathy Hochul has signed an executive order for COVID vaccines.
They can go into a pharmacy as they're accustomed to doing, and the pharmacist will now, as a result of this signing, be authorized to administer COVID shots to those who choose to have them.
The order is in response to the Trump administration changing the guidelines for COVID-19 vaccines. Hochul says the order can be renewed every 30 days. Newsday healthcare reporter David Olson tells us more.
Up until now, pharmacies were typically asking for a doctor's prescription or a nurse practitioner's prescription before they'd administer the vaccine. And a lot of pharmacies even were not accepting that. So sometimes you'd have to go to your doctor to get a prescription, the pharmacy to get the actual vaccine, and back to the doctor, and no one was really doing that. So I reached out to the Department of Health and Human Services, and they criticized the order, saying it was misguided and that Secretary Kennedy and HHS are allowing anyone who wants the vaccine access to it. But on the other hand, experts have told me that's not entirely true, in the sense that you may have to pay up to $200 to get the vaccine, because insurers won't necessarily cover it under the new restrictions. And also, until the executive order today, there were all these obstacles in place to be able to actually get the shot in your arm.
ICE agents have been reported near 2 Long Island schools. Macy Eglin has the story.
Schools should be a sanctuary. It should be a place of learning, not a place of politics.
Fear in several Long Island communities as ICE agents continue their crackdown. Now, according to these photos from local advocacy group I Slip Forward, immigration and customs enforcement agents have been operating near schools, including Brentwood High School and a middle school in Hempstead.
Their first introduction into the classroom was not a teacher saying good morning. It wasn't them seeing their friends again. It was ICE agents waiting for them by the entrance to school.
Deputy Speaker of the New York State Assembly, Phil Ramos, says a father was arrested while dropping off his 16-year-old son in Brentwood.
And then a barrage of phone calls came into my office saying that ICE was just randomly pulling people over. So this wasn't ICE after criminals. They were just randomly stopping people to see if they were undocumented.
Brentwood superintendent sent out a message to parents saying they were aware of the situation and that ICE agents were never on school property itself. They say they have not been able to confirm the reason behind their presence here. The message to parents went on to say, quote, "Our schools continue to be safe, welcoming environments, and we are in ongoing communication with local authorities to stay informed." Hempstead district officials say attendance dropped 18% on Thursday over fear of the ICE agents.
We know that there is now a growing sense of concern in the community about how their safety is prioritized. about what this means when they have to go drop their kids off at school.
Deputy Speaker Ramos is calling on leaders at every level of government to step up and act, saying silence is complicity and sending a message to the immigrant community.
You are not alone. We see you, we hear you, and we will fight for you.
ICE has not responded to requests for comment. Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglund.
Only in Newsday, a possible settlement in the works over a controversial Hamptons Travel Plaza. Newsday reporter Mark Harrington explains.
Very preliminary talks. Both sides say, they need to get together. They're sort of putting together an outline of what, a settlement could look like. No guarantee that it's going to result in a settlement, but I sense that both sides seem to be anxious at this point to put this behind them. The tribe says it's costing them something like $22,000, I think, a week or a day. It's costing them tens of thousands of dollars in losses as they wait to start this project and it sits idle. And the town probably has something to gain by putting this behind them as well. Relations with the nation have been at a low point. They took away their tribal seal from the town hall a couple of months ago. And had not really been speaking much since then.
Forget driving to your lunch. Today, I'm kayaking.
We're launching from Empire Kayaks in Island Park. You get a life jacket, quick instructions.
I'm confident.
And you're off.
I have a lot of first-time people, and it is a very doable area to come and kayak from.
Let's be real, the only reason a beginner does this is for the reward. And that reward? Lobster.
This is beautiful.
It's about a 45-minute paddle to lunch. And out here, you've got company. Seabirds, swans.
Okay. They're giving me a side eye. I'll chill with the sharks.
And then you smell it. Butter and lobster.
That means we're getting closer.
Jordan Lobster Farms has been around for more than 50 years. You tie up at the dock, climb out.
I did it.
And dig in.
Yeah, we got a lot of kayakers, a lot of jet skis, boaters. It's fun.
The menu, fried scallops, shrimp scampi, crab cakes, but for lunch, it's all about the lobster roll.
Wow. Well worth the kayak.
And don't forget, you can grab the same lobster salad inside to take home for anyone who skipped the paddle. After a feast like that, the paddle back feels easy.
It's a workout.
Sort of, but you can guarantee driving to lunch will never feel quite the same. For Newsday TV, I'm Carissa Kelman.
Feed Me is brought to you by Sarant Cadillac.
So I got in my car, drove to Bayport, pushed the plane out of the hangar. Took me about a half hour to fly to Shirley. Landed here to get breakfast.
Wings Airport Grill in Shirley is an adorable little eatery that serves breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Also, there's a pretty good view.
So we own Wings Airport Grill. We've had it for 5 years. He's been cooking for 30 years and I've been helping along the way. In the summer, Sundays are just absolutely busy. There's a lot of planes, a lot of skydiving. There's the Hiders Club, the banner plane goes up and down. So there's a lot to see, which is what is the big attraction. And then people hear about our food. Reubens and burgers, ham pressed, pancakes are a big thing.
10 inches.
I never heard you speechless. Usually the counter is filled with pilots. You could get people people flying from Connecticut, Jersey, even just from Long Island, different spots.
We know quite a few people out here and guys with other airplanes and stuff. It's like a boat club, except airplanes.
The kids love seeing the airplanes take off of land, and they love playing with the little airplanes on the shelves, and they like watching the parachuters come in.
Of course, I'm going to try the wings. And they're good. For Newsday TV, I'm Erica Marcus.
Look at that. You got dinner and an air show. Perfect. All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast, shall we, to see if it's okay to fly. And the good news is we don't have to deal with the rain next week so much, but we do have to deal with it this weekend. Temps will be elevated. We're in the 80s on Saturday, 70s throughout the week. Try to stay dry, folks.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
For more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Buffa. Have a great weekend and more news coming up.